UBA is one bank uniting Africa and connecting Africans to the world and the world to Africa.
When you invest in UBA, you're not only investing in one geography, you're investing in 24 geographies. So your Naira is investing in Kenya, it's investing in US, it's investing in UK, it's investing in Ghana.
33% of our CEOs in the 20 African countries are women.
UBA's diversified business in itself is significant value.
Tout ça pour dire que nous sommes une banque qui est innovante, qui regarde et observe tous les besoins des différents dans les pays où nous sommes.
I opened my very first bank account 33 years ago with UBA.
Your belief in UBA motivates us to excel and deliver long-term value for everyone involved. So thank you to all these critical stakeholders.
Started very, very little. In fact, the place where I started is not like a lock-up shop. It's an open place whereby you display, you bring your wares out in the morning, and you have to pack it in at night.
And we save money. We live in a small house, we run small expenses. Trading has its own nature. You must be very committed to it. For a business to grow, you must deprive yourself of certain comfort on Monday, which probably you will gain on Sunday. The business is risk. So you must take that risk, continue to take the risk.
So if we are to go in business, we have to have a partner, a strong partner, which UBA is one of them.
Africa is a continent brimming with potential and promise. The need for robust infrastructure is ever growing. At the heart of this transformative journey is UBA Group, a beacon of financial support and innovation. With a rich legacy of over 75 years, UBA Group has been at the forefront of funding and facilitating key infrastructure projects across the continent. We partner with governments, businesses, and communities to ensure that our projects align with Africa's unique needs and aspirations. As we look to the future, UBA Group remains steadfast in its mission to support Africa's infrastructure evolution, creating lasting impact that empower communities and drive progress. UBA Group.
A highly educated and well-informed youth is crucial to the future of Africa. The Read Africa program was started in 2011, and it was created in reaction to the dwindling reading culture in our youth. The ripple effect of the national essay competition is quite enormous.
I couldn't believe that the boy from Shogu Town could be part of people that they will pick in Nigeria as the 12 finalists.
I thank UBA Foundation for this opportunity. It's really helping the lives of Nigerians, the youths.
Je souhaite que ces œuvres de bienfaisance aillent de l'avant pour promouvoir l'expertise africaine.
Thank you so much, UBA Foundation.
Through this competition, designed to empower and motivate youths and encourage them for critical thinking and writing.
So I'm going to be introducing a very big institution that's made a tremendous mark, not just here in Nigeria, but across Africa and around the world.
Turning around Standard Trust Bank was challenging, I must say, but because of the vision, because of the way we were able to mobilize our people, because of the way we shared the destination, that it was so clear to everyone.
UBA is the first bank in Nigeria to move beyond the shores of Nigeria to open a subsidiary in Africa, and that's UBA Ghana in 2005. This milestone is not just a celebration of longevity, but a testament to resilience, innovation, and unwavering commitment to excellence that define UBA journeys over the years. The past 75 years have been marked by stability and excellence.
In a world that's always evolving, one name has always been a constant: United Bank for Africa. 75 years of championing dreams, breaking barriers, and igniting change across the continent and beyond. From our roots in Lagos to the global stage, UBA is Africa's heartbeat. Connecting cultures, empowering futures, and driving progress. We're more than just a bank. We're your partner in your journey, a supporter of your dreams, and a builder of a brighter tomorrow. Every interaction with UBA is a step towards a future where possibilities are limitless and dreams are realized. United Bank for Africa, where your ambitions find a home, and together we shape a better world. United Bank for Africa, one brand, global influence. UBA, Africa's global bank.
UBA is one bank uniting Africa and connecting Africa to the world and the world to Africa.
When you invest in UBA, you're not only investing in one geography, you're investing in 24 geographies. So your Naira is investing in Kenya, it's investing in US, it's investing in UK, it's investing in Ghana.
33% of our CEOs in the 20 African countries are women.
UBA's diversified business in itself is significant value.
Tout ça pour dire que nous sommes une banque qui est innovante, qui regarde et observe tous les besoins des différents dans les pays où nous sommes.
I opened my very first bank account 33 years ago with UBA.
Your belief in UBA motivates us to excel and deliver long-term value for everyone involved. So thank you to all these critical stakeholders.
Started very, very little. In fact, the place where I started is not like a lock-up shop. It's an open place whereby you display, you bring your wares out in the morning, and you have to pack it in at night.
And we save money. We live in a small house, we run small expenses. Trading has its own nature. You must be very committed to it. For a business to grow, you must deprive yourself of certain comfort on Monday, which probably you will gain on Sunday. The business is risk. So you must take that risk, continue to take the risk.
So if we are to go in business, we have to have a partner, a strong partner, which UBA is one of them.
Africa is a continent brimming with potential and promise. The need for robust infrastructure is ever growing. At the heart of this transformative journey is UBA Group, a beacon of financial support and innovation. With a rich legacy of over 75 years, UBA Group has been at the forefront of funding and facilitating key infrastructure projects across the continent. We partner with governments, businesses, and communities to ensure that our
May we all rise for the national anthem.
Distinguished shareholders, ladies and gentlemen, time now is 10 a.m. and I'm pleased to welcome all of you to the 63rd Annual General Meeting of United Bank for Africa PLC, Africa's global bank. The company secretary has informed me that a quorum has been formed. Therefore, I have great pleasure in declaring this meeting open. I will now call on doctors to give us opening prayers, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, the Lion of Africa. We pray to God to take us successfully through this meeting. We pray to God to bless UBA, to bless all the subsidiaries connected with UBA, the subsidiaries that have paid us very good dividend this year. We pray to God to give good health to our chairman, Tony Elumelu, the Lion of Africa, the directors, management, and staff of UBA. We also pray to God to bless the shareholders who have given the resources that are making the company profitable. We pray to God to give us peace and stability in this country. The insurgency we are having, the banditry, we pray to God to help our security agencies to tackle the problems. We pray to God what is happening in Plateau State, Zamfara, even Kwara now, and other states. We pray that God will help the government to succeed in reducing or eliminating the insurgency. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين.
I thought we had our imam yesterday, last meeting. We have a second one here. Our group imam is here. He took your seat too, but thank you. Distinguished shareholders, I'm pleased to introduce your directors present at this meeting, starting from my immediate left. Mr. Oliver Alaoba, your group managing director. Erelu Angela Adebayo. Mr. Chukuma Nweke, Deputy Managing Director, Operations and Technology. Mr. Abiola Bauer, Group Executive Director and CEO of UBA Africa. Mr. Emmanuel Norom. You didn't clap well enough. Why? Oh, there must be a reason. Mrs. Aisha Hassan Baba. Mr. Ugo Nwahodo. Ugo, your clap was not... maybe the man not opening the tap well enough. He's your Group Executive Director, Finance and Risk. And then Henrietta Ubo. And both Henry and Aisha Hassan Baba are independent, non-executive directors of the bank. And on my far right, Mr. Alex Alozier, Executive Director in charge of North Bank. Shola Yomi Ajayi, Group Executive Director in UBA National Bank. This is Caroline Anyao, Non-Executive Director. Malam Abdulkadri Jelil Bello, Non-Executive Director. Ms. Angela Aneke, Independent, Non-Executive Director. Muyiwa Akinyemi, Deputy Managing Director. And finally, myself, Tony Elumelu. Let me also introduce Mr. Billy Odom. As expected, he got the loudest. In fact, it's not even loud enough for Billy. So we'll probe that. I'm pleased to note, distinguished shareholders, that representatives of the following regulatory bodies are here with us. First, the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Gia Daniel. Thank you. Securities and Exchange Commission, Nigerian Exchange Group, Nigerian Exchange Group, NDIC, Corporate Affairs Commission. They are all here or represented here. I'm also pleased to know the presence of the following statutory attendees. 1, our external auditors, Ernst & Young. 2, our registrars, Africa Prudential PLC. Okay, I think that's next to Billy. She disbursing the dividends. They are doing well. The board evaluation consultant, Deloitte and Touche. The statutory audit committee members, Ms. Dr. Feyi Ogoji, Chair. Mr. Matthew Esenajo, SAN, Senior Advocate. And Feyi, we should have told them that in addition to Dr., you are FCA, so we need to also be capturing your own. And then Alex Adio, Pastor Alex Adio. And Ms. Angela Neke. And Mrs. Henrietta Ubo. Distinguished shareholders, this is a very important annual general meeting for us. And therefore, why is it important? It's part of our 75th anniversary. So today, we are pleased to have some of our former directors in attendance. Their contributions have played an immense or important role in the progress of our group. Let me start, as I see them here, Chief Ferdinand Alabraba. Chief Alabraba was the chairman of the board he took over from the one next to him from 2005 to 2010. No, that's it. Anyway, 2005 to 2010, yeah. 2007 to 2010. And Mr. Dr. Kayode Shofola was chairman of the board from 2003 to 2007. And Ambassador Joe Keshi, chairman of the board also from 2010 to 2012. 2010 to 2012, yes. And Doctor is not here yet. Back, I'll call his name, he's not here, but Dr. Umaru Abdul Mutalab. He was, hopefully we'll see him in the evening. He was vice chairman of the board and managing director and CEO from 1978 to 1988. On record, it was under his tenure that we went to America. Ambassador Adekunle Olumide, non-executive director 2007 to 2018. Thank you, sir. Chief Kola Jamodu, non-executive director 2007 to 2000. And Alaji Ruma, Gaba Ruma, looking very young, with trainers. You're welcome, sir. Alaji Paki, well attired. Dr. Kayode Fashola. I don't need to read. Mrs. Onari Duke. Dr. Foluke Abrazak, OON. Dan Okeke, the veteran. And Ayo Liadi, one of our former deputy managing directors. And Abdul Rashid Ola Olua, CEO UB Africa, pioneer. And Uche Ike, their group executive director, risk. Where is Ibrahim Puri? Puri, see where they put him. He came late. And Alaji Ibrahim, I call him, you know what I call him? Alaji Ibrahim Puri. Puri is a lifelong group executive director in UBA. Lifelong, no tenure. Please clap for Puri again. Mr. Chugon Dubisi. Faith looks too young. I was wondering whether it's Faith or another person. And Dr. Faith Matthew. Thank you. Okay. Is there any director, please, that I've not captured? No, I think. Distinguished shareholders, as you all know, Our bank operates on 4 continents in 24 countries. And I'm pleased to say that the chairman of the board of these operations are in attendance here with us. With your kind permission, I would like to introduce the chairman and a few other board members that are here, and some other board members that are here. So I will start with Mr. Seydou Bada, chairman of UBA Burkina Faso. You know, the name Burkina Faso is long, and the chairman is tall too. Mr. Ebenezer Esoka, chairman UBA Cameroon. Senosi Abdel Hamid, chairman UBA Chad. Yelarsin Bosana, chairman UBA Congo Brazzaville. Issa Gandra, director UBA Congo DRC. Congo DR. Mr. Kwame Kwasi, chairman UBA Côte d'Ivoire. Jean-Claude Alevina, chairman UBA Gabon. Mr. Kweku Awatiwi, chairman UBA Ghana. Mr. Ray Diallo, Madam Ray Diallo, chairman UBA Guinea. Mr. George Otieno, chairman UBA Kenya. Do I tell them you were CEO of Nigerian African Re in Nigeria for quite some time? Mr. Ebele Obwe, chairman UBA Liberia. Idrissa Traore, chairman UBA Mali. Philippe Mandlati, chairman UBA Mozambique. Tuvako Manangi, chairman UBA Tanzania. Mustafa Kigozi, chairman UBA Uganda. What? You're there? Okay. Mr. Kenneth Oji, director UBA Kenya. Mr. Chidi Opala, director UBA Liberia and Kenya. Dr. Professor Franklin Erebo, director UBA Mozambique. Mr. Gilles Atai, director UBA Côte d'Ivoire. Alexander Trotter, director UBA UK. Dr. Nashua Sali, director UBA UK. Shareholders, you know, your group is big. And sorry. UBA Senegal chair. I'm sorry. You know, when you're here, it's scripted, and the come second did not capture. I'm sorry. And which other? Okay. No, where is the professor, Sierra Leone? Prof. Prof, please stand up. Professor Williams, Chair UBA Sierra Leone. So as I was saying, your bank is big. Your group actually is big, and we have also the CEOs of our subsidiaries in attendance. May I therefore introduce them, please? I'm told that Dr. Vincent Odozi just walked in. Dr. Victor Odozi just walked in. Where is he sitting? No, please, can someone bring him here? There's someone who is not even here. So, yes, please, bring him. Dr. Odozi, please. Or Mosefe. No, there's Mosefe. Come on, just sit here. Dr. Dozie, you're welcome, sir. There's a second chair there, right? No, please, madam, you can sit near. Okay? Nobody is there. But you're not. Yeah. Ambassador. We are learning. Dr. Dozie, you're welcome, sir. You know, some of us are where we are today because of people like this. Some of you have wondered my career trajectory and how I rose so quickly. So when we decided to acquire Distress Bank and to get me approved as executive director, based on my years of experience, it was difficult. So the banking supervision department turned down the request twice. And I wrote a passionate appeal to Dr. Dozie, who was Deputy Governor of Central Bank, and justifying why that, yes, in terms of years of experience, I didn't have all the years, but that in terms of content and accomplishments, thus far, that was suitable. So then they reviewed it, and Dr. Dozie exceptionally approved my appointment. Yeah. I will go on to UBA when the merger occurred to become the group CEO, and Dr. Dozie was on the board. You can imagine how uncomfortable it felt. And till date, I've never told this story. It's in my memoir that is coming. But this is the first time sharing this story. I appreciate it. I don't even know if you remember you did this, but thank you, sir. So let's start with the CEOs. Charles Kone, our CEO, UBA Benin. Rasmata Jibo, CEO, UBA Burkina Faso. You see, they are tall in that country. Jude Anele, CEO, UBA Cameroon. Aminu Ibrahim, CEO, UBA Chad. Aminu is at the back. Aminu, you came late. Miriam Yogo, CEO UBA Congo Brazzaville. Yago. Samson Aneke, CEO Congo DRC. Tony Odega, CEO UBA Côte d'Ivoire. Eugenia Onyekwelu, CEO UBA Gabon. Uzoechina Moloku, CEO UBA Ghana. Anton Sheriff, CEO UBA Guinea. Shareholders will tell you those who are delivering contribute to your dividends. Mary Molil, CEO UBA Kenya. Kunle Olajubu, CEO UBA Liberia. Rokia Hako, CEO UBA Mali. Pedro Maranguene, CEO UBA Mozambique. Julian Kwasi, CEO UBA Senegal. Mohamed Samora, CEO UBA Sierra Leone. Benga Makinde, CEO UBA Tanzania. Kenneth Kisambira, CEO UBA Uganda. Chinedu Obeta, CEO UBA Zambia. Deji Adeyelore, Acting Managing Director and CEO UBA UK. Vikrant Basali, Managing Director UBA UAE Dubai. René Laurent Altiato, CEO Managing Director UBA France. Distinguished shareholders, I'm pleased to welcome and recognize all our shareholders and proxies to this meeting. Thank you all for your abiding support. And please note that this AGM is being streamed live and globally viewed as AGM of Africa's Global Bank. May I now call on the Company Secretary to read the notice convening the 63rd Annual General Meeting of United Bank for Africa, PLC.
Thank you, Chairman. Good morning, distinguished shareholders. Notice of Annual General Meeting. Notice is hereby given that the 63rd Annual General Meeting of United Bank for Africa, PLC will hold on Friday, April 25, 2025 at the Transcorp Hilton Hotel, Abuja by 10 a.m. to transact the following business. Ordinary business. 1, to receive the audited financial statements for the year ended December 31st, 2024, together with the reports of the directors, auditors, and the audit committee thereon. 2, to declare a final dividend. 3, to elect the following directors. 1, Mr. Emmanuel N. Norom, and 2, Mrs. Henrietta Ugbo. 4, to re-elect the following directors retiring by rotation. 1, Mr. Tony Elumelu, CFR, Mr. Abdul Kader J. Bello, Ms. Angela Aneke. 5, to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the auditors for the 2025 financial year. 6, to disclose the remuneration of managers of the bank. 7, to elect members of the statutory audit committee. Special business. 8, to fix the remuneration of non-executive directors. Chairman, I have the notes for the meeting on proxy, live streaming of the AGM, dividend payment, closure of register, profiles of directors for election, profiles of directors for re-election, questions from the shareholders, unclaimed dividend warrant and share certificates, and 9, the audit committee. May I respectfully ask that it be taken as read?
Taken as read.
Thank you, Chairman. So the notice is dated this 20th day of March 2025 by order of the board, Billy A. Odom, Group Company Secretary. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Distinguished shareholders, let us turn to the chairman's statement. All right, thank you. But for your information, is found on page 25 of the annual report, copies of which you have received. I thank you for waiving it, but I'd like to highlight a number of, a few points that are contained in my statement. In 2024, our group marked our 75th anniversary. 75 solid years of unwavering commitment to excellence, innovation, and service. 75 years is an extraordinary anniversary to achieve. Our existence for 3/4 of a century is a testament to our resilience and institutionalization, a testament to our consistency and our firmness of purpose. Throughout our over 7 decades, our group has demonstrated a capacity to adapt, to transform, and to disrupt established paradigms and uphold a fundamental responsibility to our customers and shareholders. 20 years ago, we charted a new course, our expansion across Africa and the world. That strategy today is delivering exceptional results, and we continue to do so. Since we are celebrating our 75th anniversary and remembering those who made this possible, may I request Rashid Abrashid Olaluwa to stand up as our pioneer UB Africa CEO. As we celebrate this significant milestone, Rashid, thank you. I honor our founders and look ahead with confidence as we advance our mission as Africa's global bank. We all are here today because some people had the vision, the foresight to start this journey. Our job is just studying and making sure we create further value from what they started. And so that's why we have today, front row, all our elders, mentors. As an account officer, I say this story, and maybe another story that Chijamodu should hear himself. I always tell my people, at a time when you're meeting and people talk about hiring experienced staff, and I tell them that when I started, I just left school and I joined the bank I was at. Chief Jamodu, Kola Jamodu, was the chairman, CEO of PZ, Peterson Zokonis, then, Ilubeju office. And you had Rufus Giwa in Lever Brothers, and Shonekon at UAC and Co. And I was just under 25 years old then, 24, 25. And because it was a new institution, my boss, they made me the head of what we call then multinational corporations, the head of multinational corporation. And I had the privilege of managing PZ's account. And Chijamodu was chairman, CEO. Just entry level to Nelumelu. I will go to PZ. I will take meeting with Mr. Clark Wills. That was your group treasurer then, Clark Wills. Then I would also say I want to see the chairman, CEO. They would take me to Chief Jamodu's long office. And I would greet him. He kept encouraging me. And one day, we had lunch. So, PZ relationship, we had lunch. So, myself, Akin Johnson, who was the general manager I was reporting to, analyst, financial analyst, I reported to Akin Johnson, general manager, and I was managing the account, and I was the one going to PZ and Co. And then, Chairman, CEO, Chief Jamodu, the three of us had lunch at one Oriental restaurant in Ilubeju Road area. And so at lunch, we were just talking, and Chief Jamodu said, "You don't know this, it's also in my book." Chief Jamodu said, "You know, I've enjoyed the relationship with the Ulster Trust Bank. You know, whenever there's any issue on FS allocation, I don't bother discussing, I just call to." He called my phone number immediately. On my landline, it was 262 something line. My boss noted it. "Sir, when we go back to office, you know it today. Akin Johnson wrote a special memo to Chief Banigo that Tony should be exceptionally promoted for an excellent relationship management," and quoted what you said at lunch, and of course, Chief Banigo there, and it was approved. And 7th month after joining Ulster Trust Bank, I was made an assistant manager. Thank you. Outstanding, your financial performance for the year totally outstanding. Your group delivered another very strong year, generating a gross revenue of 3.2 trillion naira and profit after tax of 767 billion naira. We successfully sustained our deposit mobilization efforts, growing total deposits by 42% to 24.6 trillion. Up from 17.4 trillion in the corresponding period of 2023. Additionally, our loan book expanded by 35% to 7.5 trillion, up from 5.5 trillion, demonstrating our commitment to fund growth and make our contribution to Nigeria and Africa's economic transformation. UBA Group maintained a well-structured and diversified balance sheet with total assets and shareholders' funds closing at 30.3 trillion and 3.4 trillion respectively. For context, and because it's an international bank, and some people here might not understand the currency, 3.4 trillion shareholders' fund is $3.2 billion. These very strong results reflect the execution of our long-term strategy, the hard work of our dedicated staff, providing tangible solutions to real needs, and delivering value, innovation, and service to all. UBA is proud to support businesses, government, and consumers across Africa and globally. It is worth repeating. We serve over 45 million people across 4 continents, in 24 countries, and with a corporate clientele base that is truly global. So when your bank is serving 45 million people, that is many countries put together in terms of population. Our capital. As shareholders, I believe you want to know the efforts we are making to comply with the central bank directive, increasing the minimum capital requirement for international commercial banks to 500 billion naira. We took decisive steps to further strengthen our capital base following this. Our current capital stands at 15 during the year of 2024 was 116 billion. However, following the right issue that we launched in November last year, which was oversubscribed, 251 billion has been verified and approved by the Central Bank of Nigeria. However, given that it is a right issue, we could only take up 240 billion, being the amount we set out to raise in the rights issue. This left an oversubscribed position of 11.6 billion naira, which has to be returned to the shareholders. So we thank you, shareholders, for your unflinching confidence and commitment to UBA. With this success, our new capital is now 355.2 billion. The remaining 144.8 billion required to meet the regulatory threshold will be raised later this year. And the proceeds from the rights issue will be utilized to invest in additional digital technologies and business growth in Nigeria, across Africa, and the globe. This will further strengthen our group's 7.5 decades of impressive performance. And ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we are not just a financial institution. We are an engaged and active corporate citizen. We are conscious of our responsibility to do good as well as doing well. For us, we cannot succeed if our continent, our countries, and our communities and the environments do not do well. We continue to integrate ESG into every aspect of our operations. In 2024, we planted 4,550 seedlings across various locations. This initiative has the potential to offset approximately 212,000 kg of carbon emission, contributing to a greener and more sustainable future. Our Read Africa initiative distributed over 13,000 books to youth across our continent, helping to rekindle the reading culture. These efforts reflect our dedication to environmental stewardship, financial inclusion, and social progress. And your bank got quite some awards also in the year. Our subsidiaries were recognized as the Bank of the Year in 5 of the 20 countries where we operate in Africa by Bankers Magazine. The winners are UBA Benin. CEO, stand up, please. Let them clap. UBA Benin. UBA Burkina Faso. UBA Chad. At the back. UBA Mali, and UBA Zambia. Additionally, we were named Best Regional Bank West Africa at the African Bankers Award. These accolades reaffirm our group's commitment to innovation, financial inclusion, and driving economic growth on the continent. And I cannot end my remarks without further appreciation. I'd like to express my deep appreciation to those who make our progress possible. To all those who have contributed to our 75-year journey, I would say thank you very much. To our management and staff, our executive management led by our capable Group Managing Director and CEO, Oliver, thank you all for your consistent hard work and commitment. Your dedication is critical to the excellence we deliver in all that we do. To our boards, past, present, both at the group level and in our subsidiaries, thank you for your steady leadership and guidance. To our valued customers, thank you for your continued trust and support. You are the reason for our existence. To our shareholders, we appreciate your confidence in our strategy. Your support is essential as we remain focused on creating long-term value for all stakeholders. And finally, to our regulators, thank you for your continued support and guidance on compliance and governance matters. As a group, that operates in multi-jurisdictions, we remain committed to upholding the highest standards of integrity and professionalism. Fellow shareholders, I wish you all the very best for the remainder of 2025, and welcome again as we continue our extraordinary journey of creating and executing excellence on the continent of Africa. Thank you for your confidence in Africa's global brand. Distinguished shareholders, I will now ask a representative of the external auditors, Ernst & Young, to summarily present the auditor's report, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, the Board of Directors of UBA, and distinguished shareholders. The independent auditor's report is as contained on pages 76 to 83 of the annual report. And with the kind permission of the shareholders, as also mentioned by the chairman, I would like to summarize the report, if that's okay. Okay, thank you, sir. Our opinion. We have audited the consolidated and separate financial statements of United Bank for Africa PLC, the bank, and its subsidiaries, together the group, which comprise the consolidated and separate statements of financial position as at 31 December 2024, and the consolidated and separate statements of profits or loss and other comprehensive income, the consolidated and separate statements of changes in equity, and the consolidated and separate statements of cash flows for the year then ended, and notes to the consolidated and separate financial statements, including material accounting policy information. In our opinion, the accompanying consolidated and separate financial statements give a true and fair view of the consolidated and separate financial position of the group and the bank as at 31 December 2024, and its consolidated and separate financial performance and consolidated and separate cash flows for the year then ended, in accordance with IFRS accounting standards as issued by the International Accounting Standards Board, the provisions of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, the Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act 2020, Central Bank of Nigeria circulars, and in compliance with the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria Amendment Act 2023. I would then like to move to the last section of the report on page 82, which is our report on other legal and regulatory requirements. In accordance with the requirement of the 5th schedule of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, we confirm the following. 1. We have obtained all the information and explanations which, to the best of our knowledge and belief, were necessary for the purpose of our audit. 2. In our opinion, proper books of accounts have been kept by the group and bank insofar as it appears from our examination of those books. The consolidated and separate statements of financial position and the consolidated and separate statements of profit or loss and other comprehensive income are in agreement with the books of accounts. And in our opinion, the consolidated and separate financial statements have been prepared in accordance with the provisions of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020 so as to give a true and fair view of the state of affairs and financial performance of the bank and its subsidiaries. With your kind permission, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to take the other sections of that report as read, signed by myself, 23rd March 2025. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks, Abiodun. Thank you. Thank you. Distinguished shareholders, I will now call on the chairman of the Statutory Audit Committee, Dr. Feyi Ogoji, FCA. Please summarily present the Audit Committee's report on behalf of your committee.
Thank you, Chairman. Distinguished shareholders,
I present the report of the Statutory Audit Committee for the year ended 31 December 2024. In accordance with the provision of Section 404 of Section 7 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act of the Federation of Nigeria 2020, we, the members of the Audit Committee, hereby report as follows. We confirm that we have seen the audit plan and scope and the management letter on the audit of the UBA Group consolidated and separate financial statement for the year ended 31 December 2024 and the responses to the said data. In our opinion, the plan and the scope of the audit for the year ended 31 December 2024 were adequate. We have reviewed the auditor's findings and we are satisfied with the management responses thereon. We also confirm that the accounting and reporting policies of the bank are in accordance with the legal requirements and ethical practices. As required by the provisions of the Central Bank of Nigeria Circular BSD/1/2004, dated February 18, 2004, on disclosure of insider-related credits in financial statements, we reviewed the insider-related credits of the bank and found them to be as analyzed in the consolidated and separate financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2024. Signed, P. Ogoji, dated 18th February 2025 as the Chairman Statutory Audit Committee. Members of the Audit Committee are Barrister Matthew Esonajo, SAN, Shareholder, Mr. Alex Adio, Shareholder, Ms. Angela Aneke, Independent Non-Executive Director, Dr. Kayode Fashola, Independent Non-Executive Director, Mrs. Henrietta Ugbo, Independent Non-Executive Director. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. May I request our distinguished shareholders to kindly refer to page 66 of the annual report for the report of the external consultants, Deloitte & Touche, on the board performance evaluation of your bank. May I also request that you kindly refer to page 67 of the annual report for the corporate governance review report of United Bank for Africa PLC by the external consultants, Deloitte & Touche. Distinguished shareholders, pursuant to Section 248 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, I hereby direct that a poll be taken on all resolutions for consideration at this meeting, except the resolution for the election of members of the Statutory Audit Committee, which shall be by show of hands. Proxy forms duly submitted to the registrars prior to this meeting, which have been collated by the registrars, indicate that some shareholders have already voted. I, therefore, request the registrars to oversee the voting for the shareholders present and share the entire voting results on the resolutions upon their introduction for consideration. Finally, 6 ordinary resolutions and 1 social resolution are being considered at this meeting. 51% or a simple majority of the total votes will be required to pass each of the ordinary resolutions. 75% of the total votes will be required to pass the special resolution. I will now call on the registrars to briefly explain the procedure for voting at this meeting. Registrars, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, distinguished shareholders, directors, regulatory bodies present. I will now proceed to explain the procedure for casting your votes. Prior to this meeting, we received and captured the voting details for 362 shareholders by proxy and holding 18,216,936,500 units of United Bank for Africa PLC shares, which represents 53.27% of the company's issued share capital. At this meeting, we will be collating the votes cast by shareholders present, in addition to the proxies received, to get the final voting results. Distinguished shareholders, during accreditation, you were either given a voting device or an online voting access. Please follow these steps to cast your votes when the resolutions are announced. For shareholders with voting key device, you'll be required to activate your keypad by pressing any key before the voting commences. Once we start the voting process, you can proceed to select one to vote in favor of the resolution or two to vote against the resolution. The selection of any other key will be recorded as abstain. For shareholders with online voting access, kindly log in using the voting link and token provided, or refresh your screen if you already signed in. The resolution under consideration will be displayed. Select for to vote in favor of the resolution or against to vote against the resolution. Also note that you can change your vote during the voting session, but once the voting period has ended, the last selected choice will be recorded as your vote. The voting period will last for 60 seconds. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Catherine. The next item is to receive the director's report and the balance sheet as at December 31, 2024, together with the profit and loss account for the year ended on that date. I hereby move that the director's report and the balance sheet as at December 31, 2024, together with the profit and loss account for the year ended on that day, submitted to the meeting, be received and adopted. Will someone please second this motion? Your name? Thank you. Thank you. I'm now pleased, distinguished shareholders, to open the floor for questions, comments from my esteemed shareholders on the director's reports and the accounts. I will now take questions from shareholders in the room. You may indicate your interest in asking a question by raising your hand. Please state your name clearly and please try to be brief. I urge you also not to repeat what others have said. And we will try to make sure that no remarks or questions goes beyond 1 minute so that more people can be accommodated, please. I will start with a man I've not seen in a long time. I didn't even know. This is Sir Nwosu, right? You look so fresh. So, number one, Sir Nwosu. Let's distinguish shareholders. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Sir Nwosu. Your name, sir? Mr. No, the man in suit. Number Ibekwe, number 2. Mr. Peter, number 3. Mr. Gube, number 4. Our Lady, number 5. So, we'll deal with this side. Okay, no. So, this side, I hope you took note. You took note. Yes. Your name, sir? Who? Abiola Akinwale. Okay, 1. And then, yes. Engineer John Ende, 2. So come here. Dr. Farouk, Hamza, 2. No, not Hamza, my friend, 2. Yes, you 2. Tambari, 2. Madam 3, Oga 4, Red Cap Chief 5, another Red Cap Chief 6, and then Chief Imam 7. Chief Imam, you're always wearing white. Today you're wearing a different color. Hamza, okay, we'll give Hamza 1. Our lady, your name? Your name? Yes. Yes. Engineer who? Okay. And then the man in the blue kaftan. Your name, sir? Who? Ablahi Absamad. Okay. All right, done. So, number 1. Please, 1 minute. Anyone goes more than 1 minute, I will just stop it. Please, with due respect. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. You pardon me for sitting down because you have not seen me for a long time.
Yeah, but even though you look so fresh.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, congratulations for the 75th birthday anniversary. You can see I'm in compliance with the red color of UBA. Yes. Mr. Chairman, I am happy. This meeting has also afforded me the opportunity to see Chief Edozie. I have not seen him since I left Daily Times. But not that. But I think with this anniversary we are celebrating, your picture on page 25 shouldn't have been there because it made you to look very sad, as if you are annoyed with us. Just go there. You are trying to wear unusual beers. So, I think our chairman should always be very cheerful. But however, let me tell you the cocoa of my discussion today. The cocoa of my discussion is that we shareholders were happy that we are celebrating 75%. 75 years anniversary. But I also believe that ought to have been attached with a special dividend for shareholders. Because that would have made us to feel very happy from what you said last year. Some of us participated both on the right issue and buying more shares. You have done well by fulfilling your promise. But that of dividend for 75 years anniversary, we look forward towards December that when you are proposing interim dividend, you will make up that. So, and I want you to promise us we will all continue to be faithful to UBA and do everything possible to distinguish UBA red from other reds. It's very, very important that we distinguish UBA red from other. You have a lot of red here and there, and you have done well by giving us the dividend you gave us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Can we please clap for UBA?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Number 2. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, our great chairman. Ibekwe Roberts Adenoba, my name is shareholder. I want to appeal to my fellow shareholders. I'm not going to talk about figures and numbers. I'm not even going to talk about value or volume and value. I want to talk about our company, our chairman. I want to tell you that there is no person living that the lion will roar and he will not shake. Talking about going back memory lane, nobody will agree that the bank we are celebrating today is like starting from left, stopping at the middle, and entering the right. And how do I mean? It's like a crystal ball, CBA. When the lion started from CBA, like he would not even believe that it will crystallize into UBA. And it's a great achievement. I want all of us to give kudos, to clap for the chairman, because he has done us wonderfully great. From Crystal Bank of Africa to Standard Trust to the great bank we have today, UBA. I say kudos, sir. Now, having said that, I also want to remind our shareholders, when we talk about the dividend or dividend that was paid to us this year, if you put them together, he is the only person that made shareholders to understand the full meaning of what they call spin-off. So if you put all the spin-offs together to what we have in UBA, you have every reason to say thank you. Thank you once again, sir.
Sorry, what do you mean by spin-off?
The dash you gave to us. From UBA, you gave us United Capital, you gave us African Prudential, you gave us Afriland. And if you put all the dividends from these groups, put it to UBA, you will see that, in fact, if I may say, UBA has paid us up to 10 naira, which no bank has done.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for giving me the privilege to speak.
Thank you for that education. Thank you. Next.
Thank you very much. My name is Peter Eyanuko. I'm former audit committee of UBA 2012. Having said that,
former
audit committee of UBA.
Which year?
2012 at
2012.
Saba.
Okay.
You can remember.
Wow. Okay.
Having said that, we thank God for today, especially you, our chairman. Successful man is a woman beside him. We thank your wife. Help us extend our greeting to her. Please, it's very important. The second one is, we are expecting something from you. We are expecting refineries from you. Please, look at it. Refineries, yes. Refineries. Yes. We are from the South. It belongs to us.
Okay, sir. All right, thank you. Next person.
The chair. The name is Ibude Moses, the National Coordinator of Independent Shareholders Association. As usual, I always bring message for you. Last year I did. Today I want to do the same. I'm so happy that you see Africans, the world, be represented by UBA. There's nobody that can build our nation, our continent for us, except us. And that is what you have started doing. And that is what you are doing. Last year, I make an appeal that when you meet your friend, the president, there are certain things you need to do, and they need to do. And you promise us, and we are seeing it. At Transcorp AGM, you mention it also. Sir, don't rest on your hour, because this nation needs you and people like you. You are not working for yourself. You are not. Tony he owns this, he owns this. It's not you. It was given to you by God. And do you know what you just said? You gave a very unique example, your personal experience, using two great people here. Just mention. These people, when you came in, you were young, inexperienced. It's so old because you are inexperienced. Had they been that thing did not work, where would you have been today? That is why we appreciate you. I told you at Transcorp that you are building a tribe. And the same thing in all your group, you are building a tribe. And you know what tribe means? Once a member of a tribe, everybody is comfortable. You trust each other. You do everything each other. And that is exactly what you are doing. You are an example. You are a star. You are a light. And remember, if you are outside, when you see a light, different insects, flocking around. It is only once the light is off, what happens? You won't see them. You are a light, sir. And because you are a light, never you light your light dim. God Almighty will continue to be with you, to lead you, lead the group, and lead Nigeria and Africa to where we are going in years to come. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Sir. Thank you. Madam.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
members of the board, and fellow shareholder and the regulatory authority present. My name is Mrs. C.O. Obide, the National Coordinator of Ark of God Shareholder Association Incorporated. Sir, as a female shareholder, I really appreciate and love the way the increment of female staff from 44 to 48% is a great thing. Let's clap for our chairman, because you've provided job for female. You don't make us being useless. I appreciate that. Secondly, sir, our branches are being spread all over the continent. I mean, global. I thank the management and the staff for doing that for us. Thirdly, sir, the internet banking and the digital banking. You've tried on it, but let's improve on the digital banking because it's gaining market. And I would really appreciate our past management. If our past management has not handed over well to you, you will not be where you are. They've done good things and they've laid a good legacy. A good legacy for those people coming, the little children coming, that they should not think they cannot be somewhere. Because if they have not put you through, then we will not be gaining what we are gaining from UBA. I really appreciate our past. I think we should clap for them, our past management, for doing that for our chairman. Thank you very much. I promised to bring our colo, but I couldn't see it. But next year I will bring it. I've been searching for it. Our colo that we mentioned at Transcorp.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished members of the board, my name is Abiola Akinwale. It was that great writer, Shakespeare, that once said, and I quote, that there is a tide in the affairs of men. Taken at the flood leads on to fortune. To him, omitted all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in mystery. He said, in such a full sea are we now afloat. He said, we must take the current when it serves or lose our ventures. The take-home word is that we must take the current when it serves or lose our ventures. I really want to commend this great bank. I'm looking at page 9 of the booklet, UBA's African Footprint. 20 nations of Africa, 25 continents of the world. I'm really moved. About 2006-07, I had shares in almost 24 banks. The experiences in Bank PHB and other ones really set me back. And I left UBA with just few, maybe 1,000 or 2,000 shares. I said, no, I wasn't going to buy anything again from the banking sector. So, and then somehow, years back, because I learned that the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. Another time is now. So you can't say because you didn't do something years back, you can't go on doing it. So I started, and we are moving forward. I really want to commend the board of directors. I want to commend the entire shareholder for investing in this great bank. And we cannot rest because the future is in our hands. What do we want to leave behind for generations yet unborn? I'm sure UBA has come to stay and will to stay. Time will not permit.
Thank you. Mr. John.
Engineer John.
Engineer John.
Yes, sir, the chairman, sir, and the board of directors. Honestly, I want to thank God for today because I said I must be here to meet Tony Elumulele because I've never attended the shareholder forum, but this one I say I must be here. By the grace of God, I'm here. Sir, I don't want to repeat all that they have been said. You have done well. You are an asset to Nigeria, not only Nigeria. You are an asset to Africa, and not only Africa. You are an asset to the whole world. Thank you very much. You have made some of us to be millionaires. Let me be honest with you. I'm a retired person. And when I used to go for business forum, they say your money should be working for you. Because by now, I'm above 63. I'm 65 years. And I don't have strength again to be working. But investing in UBA, honestly, it has made me great. My money is working for me. I don't go for any big work. Just to say that during the interim, you surprise us. I was thinking that what they gave us is because of the 75 years of operation. Because UBA had never done like that to us. 2 naira interim. I had above 10 million. Now this one, 3 naira, I have above 18 million. And am I not a millionaire? I am. But then, I want to say something too, that you see where Tony is where I want to invest. I invested in Transcorp, sir, but I thought that you should change me. I had about 11 million unit shares of Transcorp then, but you brought something called restructuring. And you brought me down to 2,800,000. And by my calculation, I discovered that I've gone down. I've gone down. But the magic you did in UBA, I'm sure transport will get to 18 naira per share. And when it gets there, I will recoup my money. And then, in U Capital, unfortunately, when I had the shares, I sold it before you gave that one for 2. And I lost my money there. However, sir, you have done well. But honestly, in Transcorp 2, what you gave us was just a peanut, 60 kobo per share. And I think that by the grace of God, you are going to do better in Transcorp. Then my question, sir. This, the right issue you gave, I don't know why, because you were telling us that you had to, it was oversubscribed, and you had to turn money back. I don't know why you didn't do it all, and you are spreading it into 2. Because you are saying that by the end of the year, we are going to finish it. Why didn't we do it in the first instant? Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Next, Farouk Umar, Dr. Farouk Umar.
Yes, Chairman. Being the Babalaja of Initial Land, maybe Chairman will give me additional half a minute. Mr. Chairman, my name is Dr. Farouk Umar, President Association for the Advancement of the Rights of Nigerian Shareholders. First of all, let me thank IMF for making our chairman an advisor. Can we please all stand up as a thankful gesture to IMF, please? I think they have done something that we should recognize at this place. Sit down, sir. Okay. All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Everybody can sit down. Mr. Chairman, we have all these foreign branches. I would like you to tell us in our profitability, how much have these branches contributed? And I think this is your strategy. And like I said, like 5 years ago, one day what they are bringing into our profitability will even be higher than that of Nigeria. Mr. Chairman, look at how you recognize people who have contributed to us. I am so glad to see all the first directors here. Mr. Chairman, you should be commended for that. We should clap for him. Mr. Chairman, you brought the first quarter, the first bank to bring the first quarter results. And shareholders, UBA on all indices, because I don't have time, they have increased the the interest income, the gross earnings, the operating income, the PBT and VAT, all on the average, about 33%. So we should also clap for them. And Tony, you gave us 5 naira. With what I'm seeing from the first quarter, I want to give you a marching order that our dividend next year should not be less than 7 naira. We need minimum of 2 naira as interim. It should not go lower. And Mr. Chairman, even taking 1/3 of 5 naira, we should be looking at 7 naira. The MD, the GMD, the CEO, we are giving you a marching order with the support of the board. Mr. Chairman, on a final note, I keep saying every shareholder of UBA should also be a customer of UBA. We should do this so that we pay ourselves. The person who has made millions of naira, if he has that money in UBA, we will earn interest. And I think this is how we will strengthen our shareholding. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Alhaji Tambari.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, my colleague, shareholders, board of directors, our guests. You are all welcome, regulatory authorities. My name is Kabiru Abdullahi Tambari, shareholder from Sokoto State. Mr. Chairman, before I start my own, I want to do a little correction to our last speaker, second to the last speaker, when he talked about Transcorp is 18 naira. I just want to call his attention, to call all our attention. Transcorp is 42 naira as at today. It just dropped little, but yesterday it is 43 naira 85 kobo. So concerning the share reconstruction is another gain for you and to us, because that time when Transcorp before reconstruction is not up to 10 naira. So if you times it, I believe you will get more than four times of what you earned. Mr. Chairman, I won't take much of your time because of the promise we make for 1 minute. I just want direct, Mr. Chairman, to appreciate you, to appreciate your mother. I always say it because she is good to me. Mr. Chairman, one, whoever is a shareholder of UBA is getting 5 naira by God willing before we left. We are going to get final dividend of 3 naira. Africa Prudential pay us 60 kobo final dividend plus interim dividend of 1 for 1 plus 13 kobo as interim dividend. United Capital pay us 50 kobo dividend final plus interim dividend of 90 kobo with bonus of 2 for 1 last year, Mr. Chairman. So we are not in kobo. April and Properties paid us 50 kobo last 2 weeks as final dividend plus interim dividend also. Mr. Chairman, Transcorp PLC pay us dividend. Transcorp Hotel pay us dividend. Transcorp Power pay us final dividend of 3 naira 50 kobo. Mr. Chairman, these 5 group banks, where are we? We don't have anything to say unless to continue thanking God, to thank somebody that we have like you. Mr. Chairman, don't tire with us. I know you are always smiling for us. So that smiling, make sure it continue touching our dividend and our capital appreciation. Lastly, Mr. Chairman, I want to commend the company secretary. What shocked me, I met Billy. I come here at 6:20, ask the registrars. 6:20. The moment I finish prayer, I come here. I meet Billy with short trouser. I haven't recognized Billy. This morning, he is doing job, moving up and down. Test. National anthem. I need this, I need that. Then later I come and greet him. So Billy, keep it up. I was surprised when I meet him today. With his short trouser, he's moving up and down. So Billy, keep it up. That is the kind of leadership, but I won't surprise you have good example from your boss. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Mrs. Bisi Bakari.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, Board of Directors, Regulatory Authorities present, distinguished shareholders, past chairman and directors, good morning. My name is Mrs. Bisi Bakare, shareholder. I want to comment the exceptional performance of our bank, UBA PSC, which shows gross earnings grew by 53.6% to 3.19 trillion on the back of an improved net interest income despite the difficult microeconomic challenges. I give kudos to the entire board management and staff of UBA PLC for the excellent results. Page 38. I want to also commend the UBA Foundation, which continue to drive the CSR initiative based on the 3 pillars. Of more importance, sir, on page 33, where we celebrated the International Women's Day by empowering and support the women. Mr. Chairman, on behalf of all women here this morning, we say big thank you to you or to UBA Foundation for giving us special attention. Please let us appreciate it. Page 10. On UBA International presence, sir, I want to ask, what is the current status at upgrading our business scope and authorization in France? Mr. Chairman, I want to use this opportunity also to commend UBA PSC on our gender diversity. I can see that we have 7 female directors out of 15 directors. This is highly commendable. This shows 46.6% of female on the board of UBA. We can't see it anywhere except company where Tony Elumelu shared. Before I drop the microphone, Mr. Chairman, I want to really commend you, sir. Like I said at Transcorp PSC, that my prayer for you is that God will continue to give you good health. You will not sick. The sickness that they will, of course, we all sick, but the sickness you will sick, that they will be carrying you from one hospital to another, or they will be asking your friends to contribute money for your health, will never happen to you. Having said that, in conclusion, Mr. Chairman, when we publish our account, you know, we shareholders, we have a platform. They are saying UBA paid final dividend of 3 naira and interim dividend of 2 naira, made up 5 naira. I said no. For me, I said it on the platform of shareholder. For me, UBA paid over 10 naira. Because the bank that paid us 10 naira, when the 2007 or 2008, we didn't have anything from those banks. But you shared those subsidiaries with us. And today we are getting returns on those subsidiaries. Therefore, UBA paid 12 naira. Thank you once again for the opportunity given to me.
Red cap 1, red cap 2. I don't think the red cap.
Chairman, my name is Patrick Ajuda.
I know Patrick Ajuda.
So you are giving me a red cap today.
It means Patrick Ajuda. The other two, red cap. But go on, Patrick Ajuda, Dr. Patrick Ajuda.
I want to welcome our directors who are present, the regulators here, our past chairman and my mentor, Chief Jamudu, and all the directors who are present here. And I want to pray that God will continue to keep us as one family. Chairman, I want to specially commend your championing of cross-border banking and contribution to Pan-Africanism. You have laid the foundation for innovation, sustainability, and inclusive growth. It is, if we are to talk about people, we must talk about Tony Elumelu. If we are to talk about entrepreneurship, we must talk about Tony Elumelu. And when we are to talk about transformational leadership, we must talk about you. We celebrate you today and we thank you very much, sir. Mr. Chairman, they talked about Transcorp, and I quickly want to correct them that transport is the biggest conglomerate as at now. And the prospect is great. And for us as shareholders, we have keyed in to vision. We have keyed in to leadership quality. And we expect more. For the first time, they have moved to Naira dividend, and I believe there is no going back. So it's a place to continue to put your investment in. Mr. Chairman, on page 26, 42, and 224 together, I want to commend the dividend and market share. The market share value of our bank rose from 21 naira per share to 38 naira 45 kobo as at end of the first quarter. And that is about 83%. Also, of greater commendation is the mouth-watering 5 naira dividend made up of 2 naira interim and 3 naira dividend. It is such that have made the bank very attractive to shareholders and have made us to laugh to the bank all the way, thereby saying UBA is minting returns and shareholders are cashing in on the returns. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to them.
Thank you.
Finally, Mr. Chairman, please hold the question. The question, sir. My question is on the complaint resolution, which is on page 48. This is industry-wide, and we would like to know what we are doing to enhance our mechanism in terms of addressing complaints from customer as quick and seamless as to be. My prayer is that God will continue to guide all our boards of directors. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Recap chief first. No. There are two there, 1 and 2. But please make it just 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to stand on existing protocol. My own is purely on request, Mr. Chairman. I come from, my name are Gregory Joseph Eme from Okobo local government in Akwa Ibom State. Why I'm here today is to make an appeal and a request. In my community, we have no bank. There's no bank. The closest bank to us is at Oron, which is about 17 kilometers away from my place. And the next one is at Uyo, the state capital, which is about 38 kilometers. When we had our last conference, my people were thinking of writing to the bank to come and establish there. I said, no. If I come to AGM of United Capital, where I'm a shareholder, I will present this to the chairman. Whether they can give us a branch of the bank. The community is very large, with so many public institutions, local government secretariat, the officials of Ibom International Airport are residing there. There are so many things. Even the best crayfish we are eating in this country is from that place. So, Mr. Chairman, I want to put this humble appeal to you.
What's the population of the community?
It's very large.
Like what?
It's more than, I think more than 15 or 20,000 people. Very large. We have about 11 public secondary schools. We have customary court, magistrate court, high court. We have local divisional police office. We have so many facilities that can sustain the bank. So I say if I come here.
What community is that, sir?
Okobo local government in Akwa Ibom State. Okobo local government in Akwa Ibom State.
All right, thank you. Next.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
The chairman, members of the board, the general public, good morning. My name is Chief Mokocha Innocent Peters, the leader of NHSA, Noble Shareholder Association here in Abuja. First, I want to welcome you to Abuja. And we have talked a lot. You know, it's not going to be easy when 12 people have spoken to even find a space. But within the 1 minute window, I like to say that I am impressed, to say the least, of your business voyage, what you have achieved and what you will continue to achieve. It's not easy to have somebody who has a kind of roadmap. You have always achieved what you set out to achieve. And your humility you carry along with you is a very, very formidable. Humility. A lot of people in your standard may not ever want to associate with people. But you do that to even an extent that people win to say, yes, if I were Tony, I would be a happy person. Your recruitment process is fantastic. You are getting the right people in the right places, and that's why they are delivering. Delivering massively, and I'm very happy to associate with you and the entire UBA family. That you gave us 5 naira, people want to envelope it to 20. It's not just that. Every of those segments have their boards. We are talking of UBA giving us 5,000. This is fantastic. We don't giving you any praise by telling you what UPC and the KPR did. It is enough to say that we are enjoying 5 naira today, and like Farouk said, inch it up. We are having 75 years celebration. It's not peanut. I don't know how many organizations that even exceeded 5 years of their registration. And for you, we are still marching on. Let me say something about recruitment. As at the AGM you have given us, we have employed 25,000 workers. That is a lot considering the kind of fragile economy we are today. We cannot thank you enough. And this is an increase by 2,000 people from 2023. So I think also we are hoping that going forward, we're going to create employment, and which is key to our economic development and existence. So without really exceeding my quota, I'd like to welcome our dear chief executives and the current ones in various countries. 20 branches in Africa and 4 outside Africa. Men, you are doing well. And you continue to do well in the name of Jesus.
Thank you. Chief Imam.
Our chairman, distinguished members of the board, I say good morning. My chairman, our bank is a global brand. With our presence in 4 continents and 24 countries of the world. Bill Gates says, and I quote, detect where world goes and go there fast. My chairman, ethical banking is in thing today in banking sector. It works. It is profitable. We want our bank to leverage on our global spread and introduce ethical banking windows in our global brand. Secondly, finally, I'm a peace advocate and champion of interfaith relationship. I'm the chairman Mufid Charity and Peace Foundation in Nigeria. We promote peace through a kinetic approach to criminality, insecurity, and violence in our society. We need the support of our chairman and UBA Foundation to spread our work all over Nigeria. May Allah be with all of us.
Thank you. And Hamza.
Thank you very much. The chairman, Mr. Tony Onyemelu. Sorry. The chairman.
45 seconds left.
I've not even introduced, sir. The chairman, Mr. Tony Onyemechi Elumelu. Yes. The MD, Mr. Andrew Alauba. Sorry. What is this now? Mr. Oliver Alauba. Company Secretary, Andrew Odom. Mr. Chairman, today I'll be starting with one very great achievement of this bank, or one very unique thing about this bank. Mr. Chairman, I went on Google to check how many Nigerian banks operate in the US. And what that tells me is that the only Nigerian bank that operates with a banking license in the whole of the United States of America is UBA. Please let us give them a round of applause. Mr. Chairman, prior to, or as we began this meeting, we had the song of Wise Men Bank with UBA, Wise Women Too with UBA. And my son, who is on his way to school, said no, he had to come because who works with UBA?
Huh?
Who works with UBA now? Honest people.
Honest people work with UBA.
I hope you got that. That young man said, honest people work with UBA. Mr. Chairman, if the hall is not ready to clap for the honest people that work with UBA, I think the honest people that work with UBA should clap for themselves. Mr. Chairman, I am saying this, and why I allowed that boy to come and say this is because some years back, I used my ATM of another bank. There was no dispense, or let's say dispense error. Up till date, Mr. Chairman, that money is yet to be reversed. I, with my UBA ATM, last year, made some payments, and I was debited twice. Mr. Chairman, as soon as I reached out to UBA, when the merchant confirmed that they have reversed the money, immediately my money was reversed within 24 hours. Please let us give them a round of applause. Mr. Chairman, it is that great author, Andrew Odom, that wrote, "In the jungle, you don't stroll. You survive, you adapt, and if you are wise, you thrive. Hope alone is not a strategy. The key qualities of warriors is that in hoping for best, they strategize with cold, hard realism," and that is the end of quotes. Mr. Chairman, I want to marry that one with your own quote, where you said, "I often tell my children that winning starts in the mind. However, you must have self-discipline and robust time management skills to win." I am not done, no. But then, Mr. Chairman, it is that time management that has brought us thus far. Because I remember that in 2004, when you went with STB to Ghana, we were also the first Nigerian bank to do that. And that today has given us not less than 20 African countries, and others are still trailing. Mr. Chairman, I don't want to talk so much about Tony Elumelu today. So, It is on that note that I want us to go into the annual report.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, let us look at the annual report, page 6, where we have it that our vision is to be the undisputed leading and dominant financial services institution in Africa. Sir, I do not think that captures the status we have attained over the decades. If it pleases the board, may we review that and replace it with to be the undisputed leading and dominant financial services institution of African origin or descent. Having said that, Mr. Chairman, I think, well, since you have said we should not spend more than 1 minute, I think it is important because of the population of Nigerians in the following countries: South Africa, Canada, Mauritius, and of course Brazil, which was built by Nigerians. Anyways, that we have our footprint in that country. Thank you very much. Even as I expect that at 75 next year, we will be receiving nothing less than 7 naira 50 kobo in dividend. Thank you very much, Mr. Olauba. I hope you had that. God bless.
Thank you. And finally, Elijah Abdullahi. Finally. Where is he? Oh, yeah, madam, sorry. Yes, madam.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, Board of Directors, and everyone here, good morning. I understand Mr. Chairman is handling very difficult assignments, and so I know why his face is serious. But I'm sure we are all happy seeing him smiling, and he has smiled several times today. I only pray and hope that he finds time in between all the tough roads he plies on to find some rest. To give a feminine touch and to lighten the room, this is actually the second time consecutively that I'm coming to UBA AGM in UBA colors. Part of the colors are even on my shoes and my handbag. They are purely coincidental, but I know Mr. Chairman will see something beyond coincidence in that. Chairman, dear Chairman, the comment I want to make is not peculiar to UBA. It's applicable to the banking industry. But before I go into that, I would like to commend UBA, starting with Africa Prudential. I walked into Africa Prudential in Palm Grove, Lagos last year, Ikorodu Road, Lagos. And what I found was beyond my expectation, having had several dissatisfied feelings about many companies and offices in our country. I only walked in there to find out why the former registrar for UBA hadn't approved and activated my e-dividend mandate. But I came out from Africa Prudential with so many beautiful things. First of all, the 2 young ladies I met in the reception were not just professional, they were classic in the way they handled things, including giving me cold water to drink. And I ended up discovering that I didn't lose my shares in the dead AfriBank. It was at Africa Prudential I found out without knowing. I had thought I lost those shares. But in Africa Prudential, they went beyond what I came for and made me know that I didn't lose my AfriBank shares. I got AfriLand, I got UCAP, I got Africa Prudential, in addition to my shares in UBA. So I think that UBA is not just doing well, UBA is not just professional, UBA is excellent, beginning with what I saw at Africa Prudential. And because of that, I made up my mind that in the next shortest time, I'm going to increase my UBA shares to not less than 1 million units. Yes, because I walked out of Africa Prudential seeing myself with over 2 million naira I didn't know was hanging as dividend. Yeah, and I never knew, but Africa Prudential made me know. Now, to my comment, which is not peculiar to you, but I know that with this, you and the board of directors can trigger the discussion in the banking industry. I used to have only 2 accounts, one with UBA and one with First Bank. Those years, it was only UBA I went to and found out that my savings account were being, there were deductions on my savings account simply because money were being transferred in it. And then I said to myself, understanding what savings is, why would a bank be deducting my money for keeping my money with them? And it was the first time I saw it, so I quickly said, please close my accounts. They begged me and said they had stopped. I said, well, I had taken a decision, but I have shares in UBA and I will increase that. But with you, our dear chairman, and what I have seen you do through Africa Prudential, I'm going to reopen my account in UBA. And I would like you to please, you and your board of directors, to trigger this discussion in the banking industry. I honestly do not understand why, when somebody keeps money in the bank savings account, we see all sorts of taxation, including maintenance, card maintenance. It might not just affect me, it might not be about me, but it's about what we see. Sometimes I say, what kind of card are they maintaining? I have my card. Why is somebody charging me for maintenance of card? And then you see all sorts of taxes. Please, trigger this in the banking industry because I know you can handle it. Thank you.
Okay. So, distinguished shareholders, thanks so much for your interest. The fact that you made comment and asked questions is an indication of interest in the institution. Your interest to me are in 2 buckets or 3. First, commendation on behalf of the board. We say thank you so much for your kind commendation. We appreciate it. 2 is advice. So we take all the words of advice you have given us today and we internalize them and be guided by this in the decisions that we make about the bank. And third is some questions and requests. So I will, 2 of the questions or 2 questions I will be, group managing director will respond to them soon, and that is on digital banking. Not actually a complaint, so he will respond to digital banking comment. And then the second one is the complaint resolution by shareholder Ajuda, the complaint resolution mechanism that UBA is putting in place so that you reduce the customer complaints and create more comfort and convenience for our customers. So GMD will respond to those 2. I will say a few things on some. Engineer Chief Mosu talked about dividend, more dividends, and many shareholders. Yes, the board will have heard, and the executive management, they have also heard. And more importantly, the CEOs from UBA Africa, they also have heard. So we will. I note that it seems like the average expectations from our shareholder is 7 naira. 7 times interest. So, James, they have heard. So we'll see what they bring to the table. I know the good thing is we have common shareholders, Transcore, UBA, and others. So when we sit like this, we move from one company to the other. It's understandable. And the group managing director, CEO of Transcore is here. She will note the issues being said, and she will take it on board. So, but I know that Lai Tambari tried to address the issue of reconstruction. So what he said, an engineer at the back, is about that he lost, not that he lost, but that he had a certain amount of shares. Now it's gone down. But you have helped to explain it, that it's almost the same. In fact, now it's even gone up after the reconstruction. So it's just the reconstruction, sir. No one was cheating. Dr. Farouk asked about contribution by UBA Africa, by the subsidiaries in Africa. By the way, members kept saying branches. No, we don't have branches. They are subsidiaries of UBA. So they are full, and that's why you have board chairmen and board members and mandated CEOs. So the subsidiaries in Africa, across Africa, we have 19 other countries, countries on the continent where we have presence. So the CEO UBA Africa is here, our Executive Director Abiola. But first, if you go to annual report pages 237 to 239 to show you the performance of the countries. But let me say that Abiola, please stand up. So this lady and the CEOs, supported by the board, they are contributing, in 2024, they contribute over 60% of the profit of UBA. Thank you. And now that their leader has been commended, I'm sure when they go back, they will do more. And Muyiwa is in charge of Nigeria. Muyiwa, Alex, and Choma. Muyiwa is, I don't know where, anyway. Muyiwa is standing for 40%, so it's okay. So next year, he will stand taller and get more. All right. Okay, so, yes, thanks on the comment. The first bank in the country, in Nigeria, to publish the Q1 result. I'm not sure people heard the word. To publish the Q1 result, yes. So, well done to Oliver and team. And then the issue about Akwa Ibom, the Red Cap Chief about Akwa Ibom, the branch, the Okobo local government area, GMD will look into, and his team, they will look into it. They have what they do to making that decision, so they'll go through. But they note what you have, the issue you have raised. And see, the key thing is that their communities are unbanked, and let them see how they can bank the community, either through brick and mortar or through other digital means. But something has to be done about that. Thank you for that. And finally, from me, there's ethical banking request. Hi, our Chief Imam. He went to the bathroom. I think Chair UBA Chad, we were having meeting 2 days back, and Chair UBA Chad spoke about it, okay, also. So, work in progress. We'll come back on that. So, GMD, please, your floor to respond to those two, the complaint issue and the digital banking issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, shareholders, for the support to UBA. We are very happy that you are happy, because it's when you are happy that we are happy. I remember some few years ago, when we come here, he said it's Kobo. I think we have moved far from Kobo. And we will continue to move far from that Kobo. We continue to do well. I would like to tell you that the primary strategy of UBA is the customer. The customer is the reason why we are in UBA. So we want to make sure that we improve the customer experience. And these days, the best way to improve customer experience, if you are going to serve about 45 million customers we have around the world, is through digital banking. So we are investing heavily on digital banking so that we can improve the experience that you have when you have any contact digitally or even physically with UBA. And that is very important. So if anyone here, I like when Farouk always show his card. So if anyone here, please make sure you have your own card. It is very important. And that's what we're going to do. We are raising money. Ask us, the money we are raising, what are we going to do with it? We are going to use it to invest on digital platforms and improve your digital experience with UBA. You know, it is a world of artificial intelligence. You have heard that. We are going that way too, because that will improve our service to you. Today, we are in 24 countries. Somebody asked a question about when are we going to increase and improve our authorization in UBA France. We're going to do that very soon. We're also going to Saudi Arabia. Yes. And the only way we can serve all of these countries is through digital technology. And we're going to invest more in digital technology. What you call complaint, we don't call it complaints, we call it feedback. Those feedbacks are important to us. We use those feedbacks to improve our service, your service experience. So what we have done is to institute what we call Customer Fulfillment Center. So at any complaint, we'll go to them and they will treat that very, very fast. We're also improving the technology around that experience, so that once you send any complaint, we'll come back to you and we'll improve that. We're also improving using technology to making sure that there's no fraud in your account. If you watch, that has really improved so much because we invested. So that any money you keep in UBA will remain with you. Anytime you come, you see the money and it will not go down. So we are improving. We are doing our best to ensure that anytime we come here, or next time we come here, we'll be able to move closer, if not above, the 7 naira that has been given us as a target. Thank you very much, shareholders.
Thank you, thank you. And finally, let me call our Deputy Manager Director, Operation and Technology, to respond to the savings. Where's our lady? Is she's still there? She's left. Oh, she's left. Okay, she's there. Chooks, you understand what she's saying? Okay, please respond to that.
Thanks, Chairman. So what the shareholder is talking about are some of the taxes when you are doing transfer from your account to another beneficiary. There are statutory taxes by law that we're required to deduct from your account anytime you make those payments. And all those monies are remitted to the federal government of Nigeria for the services they render to us as citizens. So the monies are not kept by UBA, the monies are remitted every day to the Federal Inland Revenue Services. And those charges are authorized by Central Bank of Nigeria. Thank you.
All right, thank you. But your group managing director is the chairman of the Committee of Nigerian Bank CEOs. So he would take, clap for him, appointed by the Central Bank. So he would take your feedback, and when they sit, the committee or bench of CEOs, they will note it and discuss, talk about it, and maybe give feedback to higher authorities. Distinguished shareholders, I now put the motion that the director's report and balance sheet as of December 31, 2024, together with the profit and loss account for the year ended on that day, submitted to the meeting, be received and adopted. I now call on the registrars to guide you in casting your votes and to announce the voting results on this resolution in line with what was provided before.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished shareholders, before we open the poll, please activate your keypads now so that we can commence the voting. For those with online code, please enter the code using the link that had been shared with you. And if you had entered it earlier, please refresh so we can commence the voting. Thank you very much. I want to believe that we've done that. Press any key on your keypad and it will be activated. Thank you very much. Distinguished shareholders, the voting has now commenced. Please proceed to cast your vote. Remember, those voting with keypads, press 1 to vote in favor of the resolution, or press 2 to vote against. We are counting down. 35 seconds remaining. Twenty seconds more. Five seconds to go. Distinguished shareholders, the voting has ended. And the result of the poll is as follows. 18,218,695,633 units of shares, representing 100% of the votes cast by shareholders and proxies, voted in favor of the resolution. There is no vote against this resolution. Thank you.
Distinguished shareholders are now declared that the motion has been duly carried. Thank you. Next item is declaration of final dividend. Do we need to vote for this? The directors are recommending a final dividend of 3 naira per ordinary share of 50 kobo to all shareholders whose names were registered in the company register of members at the close of business on Friday, April 11, 2025. Shareholders are requested to know that an interim dividend of 68,399,000,000 naira at the rate of 2 naira per ordinary share of 50 kobo was paid to all shareholders on the 22nd of October 2024 for the half year ended June 30, 2024. Shareholders, if approved, the final dividend payable will be 78,659,000,000 naira only, to be paid today, Friday, April 25, 2025, at the rate of 3 naira for every ordinary share of 50 kobo share to shareholders whose names appeared in the register of members at the close of business on Friday, April 11, 2025, bringing the total dividend paid for the 2024 financial year to 5 naira for every 50 kobo ordinary share. I hereby move that a final dividend of 78,659,000,000 naira gross in respect of the year ended December 31, 2024 be paid to all shareholders whose names appeared in the register of members at the close of business on Friday, April 11, 2025 be and is hereby declared. Will someone please second this motion? The man in white and red.
Mr. Chairman, I am Mr. UBA, GLC. I rise to second the motion. Honorable Kola Alaga is the name. Thank you.
Thank you. So, thank you for seconding. I now call on the registrar to guide us in casting the votes and to announce the voting result on this second resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished shareholders, the voting has now commenced. Please proceed to cast your vote. For those with keypads, please press 1 to vote in favor or press 2 to vote against. For those with online access, select 4 to vote in favor or against to vote against. Okay. I expect. Distinguished shareholders, we are going to repeat that process. They earlier opened the poll for dividend. That's what caused it. So what they displayed is that result. Please recite the poll for dividend. Let's vote for it.
Excuse me. I think I've just been informed the company secretary made a mistake. It's actually final dividend is 102,598,264,098 kobo. So please let the resolution, that's the resolution we're passing now.
Okay. Please let's vote for dividend again. Just hold on. For those using keypad, you are expected to press 1 to vote in favor of the resolution, or to press 2. Hold on, we've not opened the poll. Or to press 2 if you are voting against. For those that have been given online access, you are to select 4 to vote in favor or to select against. The resolution will be displayed on your phone, and then you select 4 if you are voting in favor, or you select against if you are voting against the resolution. It's clear now? Okay. Please proceed to open the poll. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The poll is on. We have 60 seconds for this process. The voting is counting. Please press. "40 seconds remaining." We are counting down. Once you press it, it records the vote, and we're saying it. "20 seconds to go." "10 seconds more." The voting has ended. Distinguished shareholders, for the resolution to approve dividend payment, the result of the poll is as follows: 18,299,296,449 units of shares, representing approximately 100% of the votes cast by shareholders and proxies, voted in favor of the resolution. 188,237 units of shares, representing approximately 0.00%, voted against. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I now declare. So it means some people don't want us, or maybe they are protesting that the dividend is not big enough. What? I now declare that the motion has been duly carried. Election of directors. The following directors were appointed during the 2024 financial year. 1, Mr. Emmanuel Norom. 2, people are clapping better now, eh? 2, Henrietta Ubomisi. Since voting is by poll, The election of directors shall be taken individually. I hereby move that Mr. Emmanuel Norom be and is hereby elected as a non-executive director of the bank. Will someone please second this motion? Our Lady.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Alaja Bakari Sherifat. I second the motion.
Thank you. I now call on the registrar to guide us in casting votes and to announce the voting result on this resolution. The registrar, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished shareholders, we are opening the poll now. The election is for Mr. Emmanuel Norom as a director of the company. Please proceed to cast your votes. For those with keypads, press 1 to vote in favor or press 2 to vote against. For those with online access, select 4 to vote in favor of the resolution or select against to vote against the resolution. We are counting down. 25 seconds more. Please vote if you are yet to do so. 10 seconds to go. Distinguished shareholders, the voting has ended. For the resolution to elect Mr. Emmanuel Norom as a director of the company, the result of the poll is as follows. 18,288,503,054 units of shares, representing 99.92% of the votes cast by shareholders and proxies, voted in favor of the resolution. 15,459,134 units of shares, representing 0.08%, voted against. Thank you.
I now declare that the motion has been duly carried. Congrats. I hereby move that Mrs. Henrietta Ubo be and is hereby elected as an independent non-executive director of the bank. Will someone please second this motion? The man in green cap. Please go on, speak.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The name is Tohir Folonsho Ismaila. I so second.
Thank you very much. Registrar, please guide us.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished shareholders, you may now proceed to cast your votes. The voting has commenced. For those with keypads, press 1 to vote in favor or press 2 to vote against. For those with online access, select 4 to vote in favor of the resolution or select against to vote against the resolution. We have 35 seconds remaining out of the 60 seconds voting window. We are counting down with 20 seconds remaining. Please vote if you are yet to do so. 5 seconds to go. Distinguished shareholders, the voting has ended. For the resolution to elect Mrs. Henrietta Ugbo as a director of the company, the result of the poll is as follows. 18,304,256,091 units of shares, representing approximately 100% of the votes cast by shareholders and proxies voted in favor of the resolution. 41,300 units of shares, representing approximately 0.00%, voted against. Thank you.
I now declare that the motion has been duly carried. Okay. The next item on the agenda is the re-election of directors retiring by rotation. In accordance with Article 97 of the Articles of Association of the Bank, and at the annual general meeting, 1/3 of the non-executive directors of the bank shall retire from office. The following directors are accordingly retiring by rotation and offering themselves for re-election: A.J. Bello and Jelaneke Anthony Elumelu. Since voting is by poll, the re-election of directors shall be taken individually. Distinguished shareholders, I will now hand over to ENN Emmanuel Norom to oversee the process for my re-election as a non-executive director. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. I hereby move that Mr. Tony Elumelu, CFR, a non-executive director retiring by rotation and offering himself for re-election, be and is hereby re-elected as a non-executive director of the bank. Will someone please second the motion?
Thank you. My name is Engineer Abinio Sharafa. Second the motion.
Thank you. I will now call on the registrar to guide us in casting your votes and to announce the result of the voting on this resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished shareholders, the voting has commenced. Please proceed to cast your votes. We have 60 seconds for this process. For those voting with keypads, please press 1 to vote in favor or press 2 to vote against. For those using the online access, please select 4 to vote in favor of the resolution or select against to vote against the resolution. We have 30 seconds more remaining out of the 60 seconds voting window. You have the flexibility to change your vote within the 60 seconds window, but your last vote at the time the poll ends is selected as your final vote. 5 more seconds to go. Distinguished shareholders, the voting has ended. For the resolution to re-elect Mr. Tony Elumelu, CFR, as a director of the company, the result of the poll is as follows. 18,219,005,354 units of shares, representing 99.93% of the votes cast by shareholders and proxies, voted in favor of his re-election. 12,937,980 units of shares, representing 0.07%, voted against. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Registrar. I now declare that the motion has been duly carried. I will now hand over to Mr. Tony O. Elumelu, CFR, having been duly re-elected, to continue as chairman and oversee the continuation of the proceedings of the AGM. Congratulations, Chairman.
Thank you, shareholders. So I was telling GMB, I said, at least I beat ENN. ENN had 15 million against ENN. I left my own only 12 million. But Haiti floored all of us. Haiti had only 41,000 people against. Anyway, thank you, shareholders. I appreciate it. ENN, thank you. I will now move that Mr. Malam Alaji Abdulkadir Jalil Bello, a non-executive director retiring by rotation and offering himself for re-election, be and is hereby re-elected as a non-executive director of the bank. Tambari should second is subject. His subject. Please.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Kabiru Abdullahi Tambari, all the way from Sokoto State. And AJB is from Sokoto.
No,
the princess.
Prince.
The princess.
Prince. No.
Hope to be the next sultan. I hereby second the motion.
AJB is from the caliphate. Is a prince of the sultanate. So that's what he meant. Okay. The registrar, please, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
UB Africa chairman, you know the chairman of the board credit committee. So that's him. Go on, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished shareholders, you may now proceed to cast your votes. The voting has commenced. And we have 60 seconds for this process. For those with keypads, select 1 to vote in favor of the resolution, or select 2 to vote against the resolution. Those voting using the online access, please select 4 to vote in favor of the resolution, which is displayed on your screen, or select against to vote against the resolution. We are counting down. 25 seconds remaining. Please cast your vote if you are yet to do so. 15 seconds more. 10 seconds to go. Distinguished shareholders, the voting has ended. For the resolution to re-elect Mr. Abdulkadir Bello as a director of the company, the result of the poll is as follows: 18,277,665,132 units of shares, representing 99.88% of the votes cast by shareholders and proxies voted in favor of the resolution. 22,656,735 units of shares, representing 0.12%, voted against. Thank you.
Thank you. I now declare that the motion has been duly carried. Congratulations, AJB. AJB, but see what you scored. All those credits you declined. Oh my God. I hereby move that Ms. Angela Aneke, an independent non-executive director retiring by rotation and offering herself for re-election, be and is hereby re-elected as an independent non-executive director of the bank. Good. Okay. No, we have done here. We've done here. Yeah. The man in blue. Yes.
My name is Abba Godwin, ex-staff of UBA, 1985-2006. I seconded the motion.
Thank you. The registrar, please. Abba, where did you work? What was your last place of work? Apapa branch. Aponema branch. The LNG, where the LNG branch?
Yes, sir.
Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished shareholders, you may now proceed to cast your votes. Remember, we have 60 seconds for this process. For those voting with keypads, select 1 to vote in favor or select 2 to vote against. For those with online access, select 4 to vote in favor or select against to vote against. We have 25 seconds to go. We are counting down. Please vote if you are here to do so. Five seconds remaining. Distinguished shareholders, the voting has ended. For the resolution to re-elect Ms. Angela Aneke as the director of the company, the result of the poll is as follows: 18,307,906,781 units of shares, representing approximately 100% of the votes cast by shareholders and proxies voted in favor of her re-election. Wow. 76,790 units of shares, representing approximately 0.00% voted against. Thank you.
I now declare that the motion has been duly carried. Congratulations. See the two ladies, see the way the two ladies scored, almost 100%. Two ladies and INES. So our shareholders love INES more, independent non-executive, more than the non-executive directors. So well done. Congratulations. Remuneration of external auditors. I hereby move that the director be and I hereby authorized to fix the remuneration and expenses of the auditor for the year ending December 31, 2025. Will someone please second this motion? Our lady in yellow, no, our lady in yellow, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Princess Adelida Shakintayo. I second the motion.
Thank you. The registrar, please guide us.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished shareholders, the voting has commenced. Please proceed to cast your votes. For those using the keypads, please select 1 to vote in favor of the resolution, or select 2 to vote against the resolution. Those with online access, please select 4 to vote in favor of the resolution, or select against to vote against the resolution. We are counting down with 30 seconds to go. You can change your vote within this voting process, but once the voting ends, your last selected vote will be selected, taken as your final vote. 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds more. Distinguished shareholders, the voting has ended. For the resolution to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the auditors for the 2025 financial year, the result of the poll is as follows: 18,309,297,100 units of shares, representing approximately 100% of the votes cast by shareholders and proxies voted in favor of the resolution. 235,133 units of shares, representing approximately 0.00% voted against. Thank you.
Thank you, Registrar. I now declare that the motion has been duly carried. May I request that shareholders, you kindly refer to page 230 of the annual report for the remuneration of the managers of United Bank for Africa PLC for the year ended December 31, 2024. Next item on the agenda is the election of members of the Statutory Audit Committee. The directors nominated to represent the board are Ms. Angela Aneke, Independent Non-Executive Director, and Mr. Emmanuel Norom, Non-Executive Director. The Company Secretary has confirmed that a total of 3 valid nominations were received for membership of the Statutory Audit Committee from shareholders. The following shareholders have been validly nominated to represent the shareholders on the Statutory Audit Committee. 1. Dr. Fei Ogoji, FCA. 2. Matthew Esenanjo, SAN. And 3. Pastor Alex Adio, shareholder. Consequently, since only 3 shareholders are required to serve on the Statutory Audit Committee and there are 3 valid nominations from shareholders, there shall be no need for an election. I now move, please sit down. I now move that pursuant to Section 404, subsections 2 and 3 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, an audit committee be and is hereby constituted for the 2025 financial year with the following members. 1. Dr. Fei Ogoji, FCA, shareholder. 2. Matthew Esenanjo, SAN, shareholder. Pastor Alex Adio, shareholder. Ms. Angela Aneke, Independent Non-Executive Director, and Mr. Emmanuel Norom, Non-Executive Director. Will someone please second this motion? This side. Our lady, that extreme, our lady in white. No, Ramon, look at the lady. She's standing already.
My name is Alaja Abdul Karim Idayat Luatoin. I now second the motion.
Thank you so much, Alaja. I now put the motion to the meeting. Those in favor, please raise your right hand. And those against, please raise your raise your right. No. Opposition is asking. Okay. I now declare that the motion has been duly carried. Next item on the agenda is approval of remuneration of your directors. I hereby move that pursuant to Section 293, subsection 1 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, that the remuneration of the directors. Give me the mic.
Thank you, Chairman. Honestly, you deserve more than that, sir. Be that as it may, since you are involved, sir, I plead that you hand over this because you are going to be a partaker of this. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Let me read I will finish reading the motion. I know what. And I hereby move that pursuant to Section 293, subsection 1 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, that the remuneration of the directors of the bank for the year ending December 31, 2025 be and is hereby fixed at 100 million naira only for the chairman and 90 million naira only for the board committee chairman and 75 million naira only for the non-executive directors, effective 1st of January 2025. I will now hand over to the GMD, who is not executive director. So please move for someone to second the motion. I will take it from.
Who? Okay, the guy wearing brown. Brown, yeah. Brown.
Thank you, sir. Bakari Adeyinka Idris is my name, coordinator, Allmark Shareholder Association of Nigeria. I rise to second the motion. Thank you.
I call on the registrar to please perform the task.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished shareholders, you may now proceed to cast your vote. For those using keypads, select 1 to vote in favor or select 2 to vote against. For those using the online access, select 4 to vote in favor of the resolution or select against to vote against the resolution. We are counting down and we have 30 seconds remaining out of the 60 seconds window. Please cast your vote if you are yet to do so. Remember that you can change your vote before the process ends. We have 10 seconds remaining. Distinguished shareholders, the voting has ended. For the resolution to approve the remuneration of non-executive directors, the result of the poll is as follows. 18,217,435,519 units of shares, representing 99.97% of the votes cast by shareholders and proxies, voted in favor of the resolution. 4,735,536 units of shares, representing 0.03%, voted against. Thank you.
Distinguished shareholders, I hereby declare the motion has been duly carried. Thank you.
Shareholders, thanks for your generosity. We appreciate. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no other business on the agenda. I would like to thank you on behalf of the board for attending this meeting and showing so much interest in your bank's affairs. Recall that we have the second tranche of the capital raising starting soon. So as you end your dividend today, if you're interested in reinvesting, please send your dividend to the registrar or the group treasurer at UBA for them to fix it on deposit for you pending the commencement of the next exercise. And at this point, let me address something I actually forgot someone raised. Somebody was asking, there was a question asked about why, yes, a question asked why did we decide to do the capital raising in 2 tranches? Distinguished shareholders, please listen well. This is very important. And this is the last explanation. So, if you look at, and this is, I know there's been commendation, and I thank shareholders, commendation to me as a person based on the decision we took in 2012, I think, 2012, to spin off all other subsidiaries of UBA then, instead of selling to a few of us. We decided to open it to all existing shareholders of UBA, owned the entities in pari passu or in line with the existing shareholders in the bank at the time. As some of you have said, all other institutions that were affected then sold. We didn't sell. We shared it among the shareholders. Similarly, when this capital raise was announced, and please listen very well, UBA, we have been a very, very prudent prudent group. And oftentimes when we declare profit, because we believe in reinvestment, the banking is a long-term game. You don't earn everything and share everything out. So because of that philosophy, prudent dividend philosophy, and the market punished us for that, because of that, we were retained earnings of the bank was growing. to the point that, as you saw today, our paid-up share capital, 116 billion naira. Our reserves, shareholders fund, 3.3 trillion naira. That is over $2.2 billion compared to the capital of 16 billion naira, which is 116, about $80 million, right? $80 million compared to $2.2 billion. Now, let me tell you the fastest way to erode shareholders' wealth. If we were selfish, we will do public offer. And if you do public offer, it means this, your sweat that's created about 3.7 trillion. A new person can come in and take, in fact, because what we are raising is 500 billion naira. So you move from 116 to 500, about 300 and something billion, to come in and own 3.3 trillion. So we said no. Let's give the opportunity to existing shareholders. Let us do right issue. So as you get your dividend, so we pay dividend 2020, interim dividend. Some of you used to invest. We are paid again dividend today. Some of you will use it to invest. So the investment you're making, you're sharing in the $3.3 trillion naira wealth that your prior investment has created. But if we sold it to new shareholders, 300 and something billion will now give them access to 3.some trillion. You will lose. So we have decided, no rush. Central bank deadline is 2026. Where are we rushing to? We have done the first one. You guys have invested right to existing shareholders. And we know that the capital market is depressed. The price does not reflect. Ideally, the true value of your shares should be almost like times 10 what it is today. 35 naira times 10, 300 something billion. So why do you want to erode value and let people come in to take it for nothing? So we have done the first. You are getting dividend now. If Oliver and Think going to do well, by June this year, we'll pay another interim dividend. Then we open it in October, and you can now use your dividend to buy. So we keep the wealth amongst you, the shareholder, the owners of UBA. So that is what we have done. That is what we have done. Selfless position, selfless decision to create wealth for shareholders. This is what we have been doing since we took over, even fed the Distress Standard Trust in 1997 to date. Creating value for shareholders. On that note, we end today's meeting. Could someone give us closing prayers? Who is a pastor here? Pastor Adio, you want to give us our lady, Pastor, sorry, let our lady in green give us closing prayers.
Someone just said Nigerian color. Good afternoon, everyone. Standing on existing protocol. My name is Dr. Eno Cynthia Oko, a shareholder. In Jesus' name, in the mighty name of Jesus. Father, Lord, we thank you for today. We bless your name. We glorify your name for everything. We glorify your name for the AGM that is successful. We thank you for everyone. We thank you for living our families. We also thank you, oh Lord, for everyone who depart successfully. We'll go back to our home. We also thank you in advance for journey mercies for everyone. We give you all the glory. We thank you for a wonderful family of UBA, and it will continue to grow from strength to strength in Jesus' name. Amen. In the mighty name of Jesus, amen.
Thank you. National anthem.
Wise men bank with UBA. Wise women too with UBA. Start a future with us today. With UBA, UBA. The name you'll trust is UBA. The bank of timeless excellence. Growing wealth for Africa with UBA, UBA.
Africa's Global Bank.
Remain seated. You'll be served with some packages and refreshments.